how's it going, guys? This is Ryo Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. It's interesting to note that if you look at all my videos on my YouTube channel, I shoot mostly within Tokyo. I am a Japanese guy, and I myself am not a vacationer. I never travel outside of Tokyo because it's really scary as shit. But ever since this pandemic started, I thought and it's getting stronger than ever. Japan's being #1 in terms of people being infected. I thought my perception of life kind of changed over the course of the 2-3 years, and it changed in a good way actually. So, and people know that your life and my life is either going to be really short before we know it, or that's A. B, we're going to be living until our 80s or 90s, and it's going to be boring as hell. We can't choose which life we're gonna be taking, but it's important to note that time is the constraint. Time is limited. I mean, it will be now or never to try something new without risking it, or else we might end up being old and grainy, you know? So, and one of the areas I really wanted to revisit was specifically Inubosaki, located in Choshi, Chiba prefecture. And this location is particularly located on the coastline of Chiba prefecture, which is basically the state on the right side of Tokyo actually. So for people living in North America who don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically I live in New York, but I went on a trip to Vermont maybe, so something like that. So yeah, in order to access this greater wilderness of the east, you have to hop on from the JR, which is the Japan Railway System, to the choshidentesu line, and which is ironically going bankrupt. And they've been bankrupt, or almost bankrupt, or they continue to say that they're bankrupt for the past couple of years or so, 5 or 6 years or so. And ironically, last year in 2021, they were able to reach profitability in terms of $1,500 US dollars within the year of 2021. And if you're a business owner, that is not great at all. Due to the fact that they have been going almost bankrupt for a couple of years or so, I thought, I mean, if this train line goes under, you won't be able to travel to the great wilderness of the east side of Japan. So I thought it would be a nice opportunity to just take that train and see what's waiting for me. The purpose of this trip is obviously shoot with my GW690, which is my main camera, and at the same time spending for the local economy, because not many people could travel to this area specifically. And also another one that I found was the location that I'm going to be staying at. Pension called Healthy Wings has one of the worst photos that I've seen on the internet from Rakuten Travel, and I thought I could do a better job in shooting a better photo for them. So as a side job or side project, might as well shoot that what do you call architecture, building, hotel, what you would call it, and then make my day. And yeah, keep note in the end of the video, I will actually make a sort of a slide for you guys of how much money I spent on this trip. I'm not a wealthy person at all, so for your information, this is probably how much it would cost if you were to travel to this area from Tokyo. A basic route that I took, depending on where you live, this is gonna differ if you are traveling from Tokyo, but I live on a different area, so yeah. So the order that I took, which train I took, was basically I went from Sasazuka to Bakuro Yokoyama Station on the Shintoi Shinjuku line, and from there on I basically hopped onto a different train, which is called the the Sobu Express line, which basically spans across from Bakuro Yokoyama to all the way to Chiba Station. That's the largest station in Chiba prefecture. And from there on, instead of riding a local train, which takes forever, I would highly recommend the Shibosai Express train. This one is a special one because typically if you ride a normal train in Japan, you have to use an IC type of prepaid debit card kind of train pass. However, if you're riding a special express line, you also, in addition to that, need to pay a reservation ticket beforehand. And by doing so, after you pay for it, you can basically shave off the travel distance, not travel distance, but travel time actually in half actually. So from there, from Chiba Station to Choshi Station, took roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes instead of 2 hours and 30 minutes, if I'm right. Fortunately, I'm not going to be shooting around Choshi station area, but if you guys are interested, Choshi is actually home to the #2 soy sauce manufacturer and #5 soy sauce manufacturer, Higeta Shoyu, and also Yamasa Shoyu. You guys probably seen their product somewhere when you go into a Japanese restaurant, but yeah, those two are actually headquartered around this area. Unfortunately, we are not getting off here. We're still going far east, and I basically hopped onto the choshidentesu train line actually. And from the train line, I basically went from Choshi station and got off at Inubosaki station where this trip begins. So let's get going. Okay, so the motel pension that I stayed was really beyond my sort of expectations because I got another bed actually. But I guess it's something to remind me that I'm a lonely person. And at the same time, great news that they also had a small fridge. So if you're a film shooter who's bringing film stocks on location, this might be a good location to like stay because you can basically stick in all your film goodies into the fridge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please leave in an area below. And at the same time, I forgot to mention that the total cost of this trip is as follows: roughly $200 if I'm right, and converting from Japanese yen to US dollars in the current currency FX market of today. And at the same time, I keep forgetting to mention, but sort of if you're wanting to purchase a souvenir around this area, and I mentioned it in before this video that this area, Chiba Prefecture, Choshi specifically area-wise, is famous for soy sauce, and soy sauce, when we combine that with rice crackers, you get something epic actually. And I forgot to take a BTS of that footage, video, or whatever you call it. And if you ever have the opportunity to come around this area, please purchase the rice cracker called what's it called? The premium version of the soy sauce rice cracker, aka I don't know what you guys could call it, because that was damn good actually to eat, honestly. So unfortunately I had to purchase it and give it to my dad as a souvenir because lots of old people like rice crackers, you know. So yeah, if you ever come to this location, please try it out. It's really epic. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, we will see you next time. Peace out.